Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our trading room. Hang on here a second. I will get the screen share going on. All right. The market's opening with a little bit of a gap here this morning. It looks like one of those pre-market reports kind of lit the market up a little bit here at around 5:30 Pacific, an hour before the market opened. Took a really quick run up only to come back down, and then it kind of settled in a little bit of a sideways pattern. Yesterday, of course, the market more or less in a sideways trading range, albeit it was a fairly large trading range. By the end of the day, we really didn't end up going too far one way or the other. But we're only a minute or two here into the session, so we'll wait and see how the dust settles. Not in any particular hurry. Here the hawk still fairly neutral, lots of yellow bars. The falcon turning over a little bit. The eagle still bullish with that bullish band, waiting on that first eagle signal. And here now the raptor with a hard edge bounce. So the raptor actually looking a little bit bullish. If you're looking for an early signal to try, this could be one here. We're getting a half decent second push opportunity, so you can look to try to get back into that if the market rallies. And I would probably take it above the current high, try to risk it below this swing low or thereabouts. I don't know. Do the buyers have it in them? All right, so we just got ourselves another number 3 signal. No slippage on that one. Ooh, and that was a very quick little move higher. For a change, I thought I'd better take profit on target, you know, just to be different. And it looks like it might have been a good idea as we got a quick little reverse as the market encountered our high probability profit target. Okay, a little bit of a pullback now, back into the trading range. And here we come with yet another hard edge bounce. Wow. We're seeing a little bit more activity here this morning after such a relatively dull session yesterday. There's lots going on here this morning. Okay, it looks like they're going to try to press it again. Another hard edge bounce signal. And I think that's almost to our profit target. Well, it would be by now for sure. A quick little hop up. still a little bit early for me. I'm happy that first signal worked out. And I don't know, it looks as though the buyers may be on a little bit of a tear here. All right, well, we'll just give them a few minutes. Settle down. All right, well, are we going to get a test of the extreme? Are things slowing? Maybe. I wouldn't mind another hard edge bounce. It looks, let's see if our first eagle signal this morning, which would it be this one? Yes. Let's see if that one has found its profit objective yet. Oh, so close. I would tend to be fairly aggressive with my stops on this signal, especially after that first swing. Some people have told me that when they do the first eagle signal of the day, they actually reduce the profit objective by half, just to make it a little bit easier to get that first trade. Possible late filter entry signal here on the Falcon. That tends to be a fairly strong signal. There's the completed signal now. Looks like it may give a second push opportunity, or you could just simply enter above the high. Nothing wrong with that. And if you're like me and a little bit of a cautious sort, you can read chicken into that. Now that might be a little bit too generous of an entry, but maybe certainly here above 72.11. My concern is the market will just break the high by a tick or two and then reverse on itself. It's always a trade-off, though, because, of course, you can see I'm giving up the better part of my profit target just trying to gain entry. All right, so here comes yet another second push opportunity. I can probably adjust my trade a little bit tighter. Ooh, are they gonna go? Did they slip? They did too. Doggone it. I do not like that. Not liking the slippage. Well, in hindsight, I should have perhaps taken the earlier entry, but we'll stay with this. I'll adjust my stops as we go. In fact, I probably don't need my stop quite this deep to start. Okay, come on, buyers. You gotta give me a little bit of a pushback here. Okay, got a little bit of support here at 72.04. I'm going to roll my stop up here just below the 72.02, little double tap. Come on, keep going. Get above that 72.11 area. Here we go. There we go. Okay, I'll bring my break-even trigger in a little bit if this next bar finishes on the high. I'm also going to bring my stops here below 72.04. I'm going to start squeezing this trade a little. In fact, I'm going to bring my break even here to the high of the bar. Come on, just one more push. You can see we're losing some momentum here. The size of the legs is getting a little bit shorter. Come on. Oh, you stinkers. I'm going to force this trade to break even. There we go. Okay, hit my break even trigger, and now it's all up to this level right here at 72.13. If we can get above that, I should sneak up to the profit target. However, if I don't, I'm going to get tagged break even. Come on. You know you want to. I'm really going to squeeze this trade now. Here we go. Let's go bar high low. Nope, didn't get a chance. Got tapped out at break even, but that's okay. Oh, it was taking a long time to unfold. And it may well go higher. But it doesn't look like it wants to, does it? At least not right now. Excuse me. All right, well, our Eagle trade looks like it drifted up to its profit objective. Let's just double check that. Yes, it did. So a nice little Eagle trade if you were able to manage those swings. The Hawk keeps drifting into yellow bars, and that also suggests the market a little bit weaker, some weakness creeping in there. We'll see if it sticks. We know the current high, right? So as the market pulls back from that, we may get another hard edge bounce or buying opportunity of some sort. We'll see how things unfold here. All right, getting some bearishness coming in now. The Falcon changing trend line color. And we're working a trend change signal lower. The Hawk, even though the Hawk produced a signal here, this is not our first micro macro crossover signal because the macro line was still gray when it produced. It looks like it's going to work out, but just so you know, that was not technically a first micro macro cross signal. And the Raptor producing a counter trend signal. That's the number 2 signal right here. Actually, a pair of number 2 signals. And it looks as though it's drifted back here to the hard edge of the trading band. That is our profit objective for that. But not an easy sell. I think what I would look for now is a little bit of a hard edge bounce, perhaps another test of the extreme. If we get that, that would make for an easier short. Ooh, if they give it to me, look at that. They're kind of dangling here near the lower end. They may just try to turn this market over as is. All right, well, let's put that away for the moment. Ooh, look at that. That's a pretty strong move lower. Now we're below the hard edge of the trading band. We should anticipate a reaction here because we've encountered the hard edge. Don't know if it's going to be a big reaction yet. But that was a fairly serious move on the part of the sellers. We'll see how that translates. All right, a very early cloud crossover signal here on the Raptor. We are producing now the first micro macro cross on the Hawk. The problem with this is the setting this trade up. There's no real structure here. So if I were to sell from here, I'm pretty much looking at covering the trade way up there. And not that that's not a doable trade, but I think I may try to wait out the pullback and try to get a better entry first, I think. Or are they going to fall off the map right here? I can't believe that the buyers are just going to walk away from the market without at least a little bit of a pushback. After all, we did see a rally out of the open. Never mind that we're almost back to the low of the morning where the market started. Technically, we're still fairly bullish. I don't think we have anything else tradable here at the moment. No, we don't. We're just waiting. Okay, a little bit of an upward drift, may get a macro pullback out of this. Definitely a trend line touch type signal now. Ooh, there's quite the little tug of war going on here. No, look at that. The sellers just ran over the buyers. Not even so much as a hesitation there. Okay, back to the low of the morning now. And the buyers are trying to hold their own, but they're not doing very well. Not right now, anyway. Just kind of creeping higher, but I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope here for the bulls at this point. Okay, again, a little bit of an early cloud crossover here. The cloud's not fully crossed, but it is still shaping up as a cloud crossover. Stops, ooh, That's a little bit out of reach. How do you like that? All right, well, I'll just have to wait here for a little bit more structure until I can do something with that. Okay, the cloud's now fully crossed. We're getting that little bit of a pullback. That's going to complete the cloud crossover signal here on the Raptor. The Eagle, the cloud also crossing over. I'm a little concerned about the lack of a test of the extreme, however. My concern is that the market is going to try to get up there and retest those highs. Before attempting or committing to another move lower. Oh yeah, Russell says that was a textbook 4-arrow consolidation. Right, you are. Right through there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth signal, boom, down she goes. The 4-arrow consolidation, a very reliable signal on the hawk. Okay, a little bit of a pullback. The Falcon trend line changing here already. Okay, back into the hard edge. Might get a little bit of a reaction here. Like I said, the problem remains the lack of structure. Sure, I can be looking to sell off of a reaction here, but my stop's pretty much going above the high of the morning, which is going to be difficult. And now things kind of going flat again. So far, the Falcon, the only one really looking a little bit more bullish here. The Hawk and Eagle and Raptor still fairly bearish looking. Might get a green bar sell signal here on the Hawk, which is a signal that we could look to buy the failure. So maybe the Hawk turning over slightly. And then again, maybe not. Oh, when the market is just so conflicted. All right, here's the crossover sell forming now on the Raptor. Honestly, I don't feel that good taking it right there. I would feel better about taking it below the lows. Maybe I can get a half decent second push entry opportunity. And so I could look to short it maybe just below the low of that bar. 1-2 swings back. That's really, really tight. Probably could risk it to the crest here in the hard edge. Wowie. Coming back with a possible number 2 signal here. That's the counter trend signal. It's not printing as such, so it must not be meeting all the programming parameters, but that's really what it's starting to shape up as. The Falcon actually working a trend change signal already here, so the Falcon definitely bullish. As we get a little bit of an uptick, I'll cancel that order. Are the buyers going to pull it out of the bag? Hmm. $7,200, a very, very sticky number right now. Okay, we're right in the hard edge of the trading band. We should get a reaction from here, and I would suspect that whichever way the market comes out of here is probably going to set the trend, at least for the short term. right, this market kind of backing itself into a little bit of a corner. We do have a first micro-macro cross signal here on the hawk. It's this bad boy right here, and it looks as though it did find its high probability profit objective, and now it's starting to falter somewhat. Looks like we've got a little bit of a second push opportunity. Market retreating a little bit. We almost have a bracketable type range here where we could look to buy a breakout higher above this 7250 area, 7250, so, and look to short down here near the lows of the day. It's a little bit of a mess, really. I'd be all over a hard edge bounce to short. That would make a relatively easy trade. But I don't think they're going to give me easy here this morning. All right, 7205 could be a little problematic. Let's see if it pushes through there. So far, so good. Okay, it looks as though we might be getting the test of the extreme after all. Sellers made a strong push, but the buyers not out of it just yet. Of course, if they fail to recover the highs, then I think we can become a little bit more aggressive on the short side. Come on. Now that the clouds here are trying to cross, it's characteristic to see a little bit of a pullback into the clouds. So that would suggest maybe another bullish run. All right, here comes the pullback now. Okay, we're getting a cloud crossover signal now here on the Raptor, a trendline touch on the Falcon. Have things slowed down again, or is it just me? Looked like the buyers were making a really strong push there, and now all of a sudden it seems as though they're starting to lose their grip again. This would make for a very nice test of the extreme where we're at right now. That is definitely a retest of the high. So, which way should I be leaning? Should I be more bullish or more bearish? Could go either way from here. That's insightful, isn't it? It could go higher, but it could go lower. More watching and waiting. While we're waiting out the market, just a reminder, once again, no trading room tomorrow. I'm not going to be available tomorrow. But the trading room will resume on Thursday. Well, I would be open to a decent buy signal, and I'd be open to a shorting signal as well. If perhaps here the hawk gave me a red bar buy signal that I could sell the failure of, I'd be game for that. I'm thinking we're going to see a hard edge bounce, or maybe the Raptor will rally from here and we'll finally complete that number one cloud crossover signal. Looks like we're slipping back to 7,200, which we know is a sticky point. All right, well, just have to watch and wait a little bit longer. The Falcon's starting to turn over, so the Falcon getting a little bit more bearish. All right, here come those yellow bars now, and that possible red bar buy signal. We're back into the hard edge on the Eagle and the Raptor. The Eagle actually producing a sell signal already. Well, actually, so is the Raptor. I'm going to focus on this possible hawk signal. Don't have the completed red bar buy just yet. Come on. Oh, they were trying so hard to do that. Now they're slipping and going to produce a first micro macro cross lower. So the hawk back into bearish territory, as is the Falcon. The Raptor and the Eagle still very, very neutral, both of them. The Raptor going to produce a very quick little cloud crossover here to the short side. We may produce a number one signal if we trade up a bar or two and then see the market come back down. We're going to get that first micro macro cross here on the hawk. I'm trying to keep a lookout for that one. And then, of course, the trend change signal on the Falcon. So we got a few ducks in a row here now. come on. Oh, really? Are you really gonna take off without me, you scoundrels? Looks like they're going to try to get back into that gap up from this morning. Oh, man. Brutal. Well, saw it coming, but unfortunately, and it's rare, it's very rare, that the market should move like this without giving you at least one signal. I suppose in hindsight, here this green bar sell, even though the band was stacked bullish, just given the fact that it did test the extreme, could have made for a saleable signal. Likewise on the Raptor, where I was waiting for the cloud crossover signal, I could have treated this as a number 2. So, like I said, it's rare, but as you can see, it can happen. And sometimes just the way the market, the pricing is unfolding, you kind of get stuck in the programming. Not to worry, now that it seems as though the market has committed to a downtrend, we should get a saleable signal. All right, well, back on hold here for a moment. That's all we can do. All right, we do have a completed number 1 signal here now on the Raptor. We also have a proper trend change signal on the Falcon, but once again, the structure of the trade is such that it's just not all that inviting. It looks like, well, are we going to get a second push on this one? You know, the market is heading lower. Look at that. I can't even cover it to the crest in the trend line. That's annoying. Well, there's going to be a bullish pushback here somewhere, and that should open up the possibility of a number 3 signal. That's the hard edge bounce. Yeah, still can't believe that I got left out of that move entirely. Very annoying. Okay, here's a little bit of a pullback. All right, looks like we may get a little bit of a bottom here. The Raptor is going to be one of the first to give us a counter trend signal, but you see how we're opening up the possibility of a number 2 signal. That would be a counter trend move. I wouldn't be looking for a monster move here. You know, something back to the low of the morning or even back here to 7,200 would be a very impressive move on the part of the buyers, especially given that the market really in more of a bearish state at the moment. Okay, we still have sell signals. We don't have any warning dot yet for a possible buy, but you can see we've had a test of the extreme. The market trying to change direction. We're back into yellow bars now. And we'll see if we get a number 2 signal. That would be the counter trend signal, and a move back here to the, there it is, a move back to the hard edge. Do I have a chance to set that up, or are they going to run away on me? Now you could stretch your target here to the other hard edge. Because it's counter trend and just because the way the market is today, I think I'll try to take my profit on target if I can get it. But like I said, a move back here to the primary resistance line, maybe even the low of the morning, feasible, very feasible. And 7,200 would be a home run on this pullback move. Come on, get up there. Okay, I'll bring my break even here to the high of this bar, or just above the high of this bar. So on the next push higher, come on. There we go. Oh, come on. I know it's going to go higher. I just hope I didn't roll my stop too quickly again. Oh, doggone it. Come on, get up there, you stinkers. Holding here at this first hard edge, I didn't think it was going to be quite that sticky so soon. I thought for sure somewhere closer to the 71.90 area is where they would start to slow. That would kind of put us in line with this swing low as well. Well, there's hope yet. Get up there. A couple more ticks. The target for these counter trend moves, as I mentioned before, is the hard edge of the trading band. And typically we go for the slower hard edge. No. I bet I was too quick with my stop again. I'll set this up just so we can watch it play out, but I have a feeling I got tagged prematurely, which is unfortunate. Yeah, you're right. Scott says the market doesn't have a whole lot to give so far today. It is taking its time, that's for sure. This move that we witnessed here, that may well be the move of the day. Coming back now with yet another number 2 signal, a follow-up signal. To be honest, if I didn't roll my stop where I did, I most definitely would be rolling my stop to break even right now. And that's in lieu of this monster move lower. I know there's lots of selling pressure. So I don't want to get too terribly aggressive on the buy side. There we go. Come on, get up there. All right, well, you get the idea. We'll put that away for now. Moving into a little bit of a sideways range again. We may get an OCO style order out of this. The hawk back into yellow bars. The falcon waffling a little bit here. Trend line trying to get bullish. Now it's a little bit of a red trend line coming back there. All right, we got a hard edge sell. Oh dear. Are they going to follow through on that? Let's see if I can get a second push. I can always throw an order just below the low here, kind of a fail safe. You can see it's very, very late on that number 3 signal. Ooh, there's definitely some buying going on down here. If we don't break the low and we come back with a number 2 signal, that will be a very buyable number 2 signal. In fact, right now you could probably bracket, you could short below the low, you could buy above this last swing high. Oh, they slipped me 2 ticks this time. What's with that? All right, almost to the break even. I'm going to force the trade to break even. We're just kind of hovering above the break even. The slippage, a little bit of a concern. Hit the break even target. Oh, not again. You can see, had I taken the number 3 signal on the hash market, no problem hitting the profit objective. It did unfold a little bit quick though. There we go, they're pressing. There we go, 66, a little bit more. Oh, whew, wow. That was tough. That was hard work. All right, it does appear as though the buyers have the market well in hand today. Look at that follow through. Crazy. Wowee. Sure, the time I take profit on target, the market runs out. Oh well, such is trading. Can't complain. Had a few decent trades here this morning, and walking away with a profit, not a loss. That's always a good thing. All right, we're nearing the top of the hour. The traders are going to be breaking for, some will be breaking for an early lunch. So the market's likely to get a little bit quiet again. We'll hang out for a little while still, but I don't think we're going to get another trade off this morning. Well, they're hesitating a little bit here again. And of course, as we get closer to the 7150 zone, you can see we've got the median line at 71.57.5, and of course there's going to be some residual resistance here at 71.50, which was a pretty big number yesterday. That whole 71.50 52 area was a little bit of a sticky spot for us yesterday, and it looks like it may come into play again today. If you're going to continue trading this afternoon, I think it's fairly obvious the market is in a downtrend this morning. So I would expect better opportunities to the short side. That said, we're probably going to see a little bit of a pushback here. Sellers had a pretty good run. And again, as we get closer to the lunch hour, there's going to be some profit taking that may push the market up a little bit, maybe even as high as the primary resistance line. But I don't think I would get too crazy on the buy side. Rather, I would continue to look for shorting opportunities. That said, look at this, we're getting another number 2 signal. I think I'm going to hold off that one myself, but the hard edge, definitely an achievable target for that particular trade. All right, gang. Again, no trading room tomorrow. I will see you on Thursday. Talk to you then. Bye for now.